Astronauts to the moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to reality.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jaronism, back with another video for you today. What is reality really? You got loads of people telling you what is and isn't real. You got Red's rhetoric and Jeff C. flapping their gums saying space is real, planets are real, the ISS is really orbiting the Earth with humans inside. But what it comes down to is, do you trust men? By the way, to these so-called men, Vigilant Christian, Red's rhetoric, Jeff C., you want to debate me so bad. Well, when you are willing to come forward to YouTube with, I don't know, maybe your real face or your real name, then we'll talk. I've done it. People you claim are shills like Mark Sargent have done it. Patricia Steer. These are our real names. We don't hide behind anonymity while talking shit. We have come on YouTube as human beings to say, hey, this is what we think and what we see. People like David Weiss and others, they're real people. Who is Red's rhetoric? Where is his face? Jeff C., where are you? We can talk when you guys decide to be man enough to step forward, stop hiding behind voice changers and pixeled videos, and say, here I am, and here's what I believe. Then we can debate. Till then, go find someone who takes you seriously, because I certainly don't. Now, when we say flat Earth, is this what we mean? Of course not. We don't consider that reality. But NASA fanboys, they will tell us what is reality. Like, for example, this slip-up by NASA, whether on purpose or not, it's telling. See the blue checkerboard behind Tim Peake there in the back? Well, look at the angle. It's very high, kind of looking over that blue squared sheet into a wide area in the back. We've never seen a wide area like that. This is what we're used to seeing. A very slender ISS, correct? So, what exactly are they showing here? What's behind there? It looks like a warehouse. But we're told we are crazy. We don't know reality. Go to nasa.gov and you'll see a picture like this. Well, this must be reality. And if you don't see a glass window like I don't, you're an idiot. It's there. Science says so. You know science like the ISS, where we get 24-hour pictures of the Earth from space. Well, not exactly 24 hours. It's more like about 20 minutes every hour. And then other than that, we get this screen. Please stand by. The high-definition Earth viewing experiment is either switching cameras or we are experiencing a temporary loss of signal with the International Space Station. Because I'm sure that happens. They just lose signals. Talk to the Voyager spacecraft, which is 13 billion miles away. That's not an issue. But the little flying tin can 250 miles up, we lose contact with them. Really sorry we can't show you your home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's only 2016. HD cameras, they're still a ways away. Think about this. What is the ISS $250 billion tin can done for humanity, besides sell you on the ball? The answer is nothing. It's done absolutely nothing. At the very most, it's a huge waste of money. End of story. Next, let's just start using our head a little bit. Now, they tell us that we can see the horizon 3 miles away. That's as far as you can see because the curve starts to begin and you can't see the rest of the Earth. But you can just look up a little higher at night and you can see a galaxy that is 10.4 quintillion miles away with your unaided eye. An 80-year-old man can just look up and see this galaxy with his unaided eye. 10.4 quintillion miles. Traveling at 50,000 miles per hour. That's like, what, 3 times as fast as the ISS? With no rest stops. How long would it take us to get to that galaxy they say we can see? 10.4 quintillion miles. The answer? 26.7 billion years. That's how long it would take you just to get there. Yet you can see it, because science says so. That's what you have to remember. How about the core of the Earth? We all learned about it. We all saw these images, right? They're in every textbook. It's a fact. We know what the core of the Earth is, correct? Why don't you go look up what's the furthest we've ever dug? 8 miles. 8 miles. Look it up. How about this little instance? We understand that the boats disappear over the curvature, the so-called curvature, correct? So you got your red guy down in the lower left. He would lose the boat before the orange guy because the higher up you are, the further you can see. The purple guy would lose his boat a little bit further, the green guy a little even further, and the red guy on the right even further. So if this was all the perspectives that we had, it would be safe to then make the assumption the Earth must curve away from us, therefore it might be a ball. Unless you took the person standing on the right in the purple, let's take his perspective into view. If he's looking out, what does he see? Well, the same thing we all see when we stand at the beach. We see a flat horizon. And therefore, he would realize by seeing the boat all the way from the beginning until the far right that there was no curvature. The boat is just going across the ocean, and each of the people on top of their buildings, they lost the boat due to their perspective from their positions. Now, I beg you, use your mind for a second, please. Look at this situation. You're standing here, and all that water is below your feet. Is that what you would see if you lived on a ball? All that water is below your feet. Is that what you would see if you lived on a ball? Of course, we've got scientists that rather than discuss this, will just simply prove gravity by dropping a microphone. Real impressive. A PhD in space, somewhere he's never been, something he's never touched, something he can't test, but he's got a PhD in it, which means he's an expert in nonsense. Now people will say, well, you can't be thinking that the Earth is flat because people, they fly around it. They take boats around it. Yeah, we know, like Magellan. And people like NASA love to throw these things right in our face. For instance, this is the NASA-designed Magellan mission patch. Notice anything weird about it? It's a boat that goes in a circle. Do you see that? Is it going around a globe? Or is it making a circle around a flat disc? Right in our face. Now, reality certainly is becoming an interesting concept as of late. So let's touch on that. To do so, I'm going to invite you into my home. You're going to meet my cat, Kitty. She may look fat, but she's actually just big boned. So don't say anything. Don't mention it to her. Now, I wanted to show you our home and something interesting about it that you may not have known. So we're in the living room here. You can see the plaque on the wall there. Our wedding day, Sharon and Melissa, 11/11/11. You'll see the number 11 Giants jersey signed by all the attendees at the wedding. And there's the fat cat, Kitty. Kitty. There she is. She's actually CGI. If you're interested in getting one, contact Patricia Steer. So, over here at the window, you'll see it looks like normal windows. You would think we'd be able to open this up and see right outside to our patio or our porch. But instead, you will actually see 250 miles below us is the spinning ball Earth. Yes, it's true. Many people didn't know that I actually live on an orbiting space station. And this video is absolute proof. You can just ask Jeff C. This is all the proof you need. It's open and shut. You're an idiot if you don't believe it. I did this with a 99-cent green poster board. And people want to tell me that they know that the ISS is real because they see it on TV. So when you see pics like Scott Kelly here, just remember that $22 billion could do someone a lot of good if they're trying to deceive you. If all it took was 99 cents for me basically to produce the same effect. It is a video effect. We need to look at green screening because we need to understand that we're going to be fooled going forward. It's cut and dry. We've all been fooled before. We're going to be fooled again. Here's a little video for you to watch to give you a better idea of what's going on behind the scenes. Just imagine what $1 million could do, what $10 million could do, what $100 million could do. And the reason Hollywood has turned to green screen is because it's cheap. You need actors and a set. That's it. So, is the ISS reality? Well, do you trust NASA? That's the question. Here you see Echo 1. You may have never seen it before. If not, look it up. This is a 100-foot ball that in the 60s, NASA put way up high in the sky to bounce signals off of from the ground. Yet I'm the idiot when I say there's a chance satellites don't exist. I'm the idiot when NASA gives us pictures like this, the Earth from the moon. However, when you run it through photoforensics, it comes out like this, clearly a fraud. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, well, sure, NASA, but what about SpaceX? They're a private company. Oh, really? Elon Musk is a clown, and he fakes space missions. If I'm a liar, then he can take me to court over libel. But he won't, because I can prove it, and he can't. That's the problem. Now, I haven't had a chance to go through this with a fine-tooth comb, but I will show you SpaceX's most recent debauchery and absolute just in-your-face nonsense. So let's kind of watch some of it together. Again, I haven't gone through it with a fine-tooth comb, but I've seen enough to know that I've seen too much.
It's Friday, March 4th at 6:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:25 p.m. Coordinated Universal Time. You are looking at the Falcon 9 on the SpaceX pad at Launch Complex 40 as it awaits a 6:35 p.m. local time launch.
Now, let's watch this together. Do me a favor, though. First, let's look at the sky. Keep an eye on the sky for me, and let's watch the magic together. It's definitely evening. It's a little bit of a purple sky.
9, 8.
We got 8 seconds till magic happens.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bring the night.
Lift off.
Now, these are the kind of things that go 100% unnoticed by many, many people. It was just daylight. Now it's black. Now, many people will say, oh, it's some sort of filter. Oh, they had some sort of focus issue. But then, we simply need to listen to the announcer for SpaceX. Listen here.
You heard the call out, propulsion is nominal. You hear the chewing in the background. We have passed supersonic. It's dark. The sun set several minutes ago at Cape Canaveral. You didn't get to see the shockwave as the vehicle went supersonic.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's dark. You know, you didn't get to see the vehicle go supersonic.
It's a successful second stage burn.
Look at these jokers
that second stage burn.
and watch this screen on the right.
Is coming up shortly. The fairing again is that carbon fiber composite surrounding an aluminum.
Now, if you want to think that's real, go right ahead.
Satellite. It protects the satellite. That's coming up in about 10 seconds.
We're just waiting for it right here. We should have a good video of the fairing separation.
Reality. Look at these jokers.
Cheers. Cheers.
It's another major milestone. The reason we get rid of the fairing, of course, is it's a lot of excess mass on the in the vibration during the landing.
We just heard that the first burn of the second stage, the first burn of the first stage is complete. That means the first stage is back on its way to a hopefully successful landing soon. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Less propellant means we can't burn the engines as much. That means slowing the vehicle down. Oh, let's take a look at the drone ship here. Is that the... And the video has frozen out. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, we're seeing something, guys. And we're out. Now, this is something that we expect to see happen when we're landing on the drone ship. That's because as the first stage is coming back, it's shaking. Oh, we're hearing... Everyone's cheering. Something good's obviously happened here. But you know, as soon as we get that video, we'll show it to you. Again, this is something that we expect to happen on the drone ship because as the stage is coming back down, it's vibrating the heck out of those cameras.
And this is the kind of
why don't we
nonsense that
just go
people
in
will
and
just
check in
buy.
on orbit with
Keep watching the
science
screen on the
for
right if you could. But you're no longer given the right to determine what is reality. Science says it's true, therefore it must be true. Of course, we didn't get to see the landing of the rocket on the drone. She just said it was expected because of the vibration, but then they'll get the video to us soon. So is the video going to be heavily vibrated, or is it just going to be a regular video that you didn't feel like showing at the time? This is the kind of nonsense that is constant from frauds like SpaceX. I mean, this is just disgusting. It's absolutely gross. I mean, what is that reflection of? What is reflecting off the atmosphere in space? Oh, there we go. Now, this is a space snowstorm. Oh, watch out for that. You ever heard of a space snowstorm? Me neither. But it's obviously true. It's science. It's reality. It's right there in front of you. It's on TV. Hello. Duh. Wake up. This is real. Pieces flying all over. You got jets squirting, debris flailing.
Welcome back. The second stage has been coasting for about 15 minutes or so, and it's just about to start its second burn, which, like we said, is going to take about 45 seconds or so. This is going to get it on its way towards a geostationary orbit, and then once we're in a good orbit with the second stage, we'll have a payload separation, and the spacecraft will take it all the way to 36,000 kilometers from there.
What this burn in particular is going to be doing is increasing apogee in preparation for that move to orbit. What that means is we're going to be moving from a small elliptical orbit around the surface of the Earth. You saw this just a little bit.
It looks like we have a successful ignition of second stage, the second burn. Great news, this is fantastic.
And it's going to be pushing into that larger elliptical orbit that really pushes it into towards that geostationary orbit. And that's the transfer is increasing, the actual increasing of that ellipse.
So like we said, this is only 45 seconds or so. As soon as this burn is done, we're just going to wait for a confirmation that the orbit is good. And then it'll be another 4 to 5 minutes before the payload separation. This is when pyrotechnic bolts around the second stage push the rocket. They separate the second stage from the spacecraft, and it gives it a gentle push to send it off into orbit and do its own thing. So like I said, we're just waiting for that confirmation, and you can see the second stage nozzle glowing hot with those exhaust gases. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but you could actually see the curvature of the Earth below the second stage. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but you could actually see the curvature of the Earth below the second stage. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but you could actually see the curvature of the Earth below the second stage. And we have just got confirmation of a successful second stage engine shutdown. That's good news. There we go. Good burn. All right.
Successful burn. Excellent.
All right, sweet. Successful burn. Nice. Sweet science. These guys are some clowns. Now watch the satellite deploy. This is classic. But remember, it's reality. Oh, there it goes. Off into space. It's very real. Who would ever doubt that? Watch all the particles that go flying.
This is fantastic news. You just saw on your screen the SES satellite pushing away from the Falcon 9 second stage. So we're not actually done yet.
Oh, I beg to differ. In my book, you're done. Absolutely done. But I'm the idiot, remember? I need to go back to school because smart people see this and say, this must be real. It's got to be legit. Look at, we're seeing the Earth from space. But when the Soyuz heads home, here's what we actually get to see. This is what they show us. And people suck it up. They love it. It's so real. Now we can watch as the Soyuz gets a little bit further away and then enters our atmosphere. You see that? Heading down into the atmosphere. Now when do the parachute opens? What happens? When does this go on? Nope, doesn't happen. Just straight to the parachute view. That's nice. Now, we do get to see the Soyuz land, right? I mean, it would be nonsense if we didn't get to see it land. Hell no, you don't get to see it land. Someone find me footage of this Soyuz landing with Kelly in it. You won't find it. We get to see the Soyuz, black, parachute, clouds, and then they're getting hoisted out of what we think is the Soyuz. Ladies and gentlemen, it's called fraud. in my opinion, it's 100% bullshit. But I'm an idiot because I question science. Well, anyone who doesn't question what we have just witnessed is indoctrinated to a point of no return. All I'm saying is it's questionable. Let's challenge them. It really seems suspect. But all I get is hate and ridicule because this must be true. It's about space. They would never lie to us. I mean, why does it matter that when we put these images taken from the ISS into photo forensics, it comes out looking like this? Why does it matter that in time-lapse launch trails, that if we look really, really close, we can see the rocket comes down on the other side? Why does it matter that while most people sleep, the elite are running this world into the ground? They're making a mockery of it. Who cares that the IRS has a pyramid out front with pillars with 13 sections? Well, it matters because you are about to allow the worst case scenario for all of us. While men sit around and treat us like cattle, you tell us that we're crazy for thinking the government has any ill intent. Well, watch out, because this right here is step one, coming soon to a country near you. While you sit around and refuse to question history, and while you sit around and refuse to question the obviously impossible, you're letting the world and our country go to shit. And while you fail to realize that just because someone had a thought experiment does not mean it's reality. It's time we all found out the truth. But to do that, you have to at first see the lies. Be kind. Don't lie. Open up your mind. There's truth inside. Till next time, this has been Jeranism.
Peace. Yeah, man. Shaman. Rastafari. Elvido. This is the time to know the truth. This is the time we know the truth. Look around yourself. This earth moving. This is the time to know the truth. Open your mind, open your eyes, open your mind to know the truth.
We live on a flat earth, we don't live on the globe. We live on a flat earth, we don't live on the globe. We live on a flat earth, we don't live on the globe.
Shaman. Yeah, man. Shaka Bondoka. Choka di Chabuda.
Let's stop fighting, let's come together as one, united we stand, divided we fall. Your love and your care, that's all we need, that's all the world needs.
The truth is out. I brought you the good news.